So anyhow, so they go. That's nice. Hey guys, it's Viv
and G.
Welcome to our channel. So we just finished watching episode 5. The high five of the season. What I have to say tonight is that we have 2 new love triangles. How that happens in 24 hours, I have no idea.
So we start off with some sage once again in this Bachelor world, where Crystal is saging and cleansing all the girls of all this boy nonsense. So we see one of our favorite couples, Kendall and Joe, talking and just goofing around with each other, basically saying, oh, Joe loved having the power last week. And he ends up telling the producers that he really thinks he's falling in love with Kendall.
Oh gosh, it was so cute.
Yeah.
He is so precious. Joe, you are precious.
I just want to squeeze him and hug him.
So we have Leo enter paradise. Leo is from Becca's season on The Bachelorette. And when I say all the girls were just feeling Leo tonight, I was feeling Leo tonight. Like, I mean, the guy looked just flawless with that hair.
So Leo's entrance definitely made a splash, and some of the guys were definitely getting really nervous that were in relationships. Something that really shined through this episode for me is Jordan and Joe's bromance is literally everything. They are so supportive of each other.
They are.
As new guys were coming in and they were getting nervous about their relationships, they were like so on point with giving each other advice and just being there for each other. It was so adorable. I love that friendship.
So we have Leo go around, meet all the girls, and Kendall really stuck out to him. So he asks Kendall to go on the date. She says yes. She respectfully, and I'm happy she did, goes and tells Joe, like, yo, I'm leaving. He goes in for a kiss and she's awkward. They're the cutest, most awkward couple ever.
They're so adorable.
So cute. So anyways, he kept saying, I wish you have an awful date. I wish you have an awful date. I wish you have an awful date. Which was, I don't know. Those two just, I love them. Anyway, so Kendall and Leo end up leaving. They go to this beautiful, it looked like a hotel room, like with an outdoor private pool. And they have to do a photo shoot to be on a romance novel. In our heads, we're like, no, Kendall, like there's Joe. But I'm not gonna lie to you, a bit of me was a little excited because I don't know, like I feel like they do have a really like natural chemistry. But yeah, no, they were making out the whole time.
They were making out the whole entire time. And
the whole time.
I was cringing.
Like I said, a part of me, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is kind of exciting. And then also like, no, this is not exciting.
Yeah. The most ridiculous part of this whole entire episode was during that date. So Jorge, the old bartender that was kind of facilitating the date in the photo shoot, he said that he had a romance novel and that's why they needed to have a cover for it. And we see Ari and Lauren and Ben and Amanda put on this little like skit, which is so ridiculous. I don't know how they got Ben to do this. Like, why did you do this, Ben? It was so cheesy, and I was like, there was no call for that. Like, you really just flew all of them out to paradise for that. Come on.
She was not having it. She just wasn't feeling Kendall and Leo and the whole thing.
I just wanted that whole thing to be done and over with. So when Kendall and Leo get back from their date, Kendall goes and talks to Joe. To me, she looked a little bit drunk and she was like in a robe, which obviously like made Joe, I don't know, a little uncomfortable. Weird. Yeah. And she said that she had a really good time with him and that they did kiss. And you could just tell Joe was so hurt by it. And he said, you know, I wouldn't have went on a date and like I wouldn't have kissed anyone. So it really hurt him.
My heart broke for Joe right there.
Mm-hmm. And Jordan, when he found out that they kissed, he was like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Like supporting Joe and Kendall's relationship, which is so cute.
And the really kind of messed up part too is like, you'd think Leo was super duper into Kendall. Like we understand Kendall's confused, Joe, Leo, who do I go for? Leo comes into this picture, it's all about Kendall. And then at the end of the night, he's making out with Chelsea. I'm just like, what?
Yeah, and he says, oh, you shouldn't feel bad, like me and Kendall are open and all this stuff, where previously he was not saying that to Kendall.
Right. So then we get a date card, and it is for Colton, which I did not think was fair because so many people in Paradise have not even gone on a date. Anyways, this is Colton's second date card, and of course he chooses Tia. They go dancing in a Mexican city, and Raven and Adam show up, which was so cool because Raven and Tia are actually really good hometown friends, so that was awesome. And I think it was a little much, but Raven was telling Tia how she felt about Colton, and it wasn't the best, which kind of broke Tia's heart up a little. Got her a little emotional, but she was like, no, like just wait, like Colton is the real deal. But the best part of this whole Colton and Tia date was that he officially asked her to be his girlfriend.
Yeah, so hopefully now that they're boyfriend and girlfriend, this storyline can be over and they can just be in the background for the rest of Paradise and we can move on to people we actually like.
Yes.
Another guy joins Paradise and it's Benoit. He's from the Bachelor Canada and Bachelor Winter Games. And he shows up with a date card. He pulls his friend Kevin aside and kind of gets the lowdown on everything that's been going on. And Kevin suggests talking to Crystal. So Crystal is the first person he talks to and calls her Kendall mistakenly, which was hilarious. But inevitably, he ended up picking Jenna, which of course upset Jordan. So they go on a dinner date to an Italian restaurant in Mexico. I don't know. And things seem to be going pretty well for them. They were talking at dinner and then, of course, started making out.
And oh my gosh, okay, talking about making out. She was wearing the reddest lipstick you've ever seen. Beautiful, don't get me wrong, she looked beautiful. But it got all over Benoit's face to the point of like, they were having a conversation again after their first makeout session. And it was awful. I couldn't even like look at the TV. It was just awful. Like, Jenna, like clean his face up, dude. What are you doing? Letting him just like be all...
It looked like a 5-year-old that just had a cherry popsicle.
It was, ugh.
So Jenna and Benoit come back from the date and Jordan waited up for her. Everyone else had gone to sleep. He asked her to come with him down to the beach. And he had written out, "I'm sorry," huge on the beach. Huge. And it was such a nice gesture. And I really thought that Jen was just gonna kind of like swoon over him and kind of fall back into him. But she kind of was still hesitant. So we kind of left that situation where Jordan was just pouring his heart out to her saying, "You're the most wonderful girl here. Like the only reason I'm here right now is because of you." And he's just kind of up in the air with their relationship right now.
I was actually really sad for Jordan.
So that basically wraps up this episode. And next episode, we see the girls have the power with the roses and the guys will be going home.
Something that the preview showed, and please stop the video because I'm about to give a spoiler away from the preview. Leo, dude. Leo is just like throwing a tantrum about how these guys are like telling all the girls who he's kissing. And he's like, "Why are you telling them? You don't have to tell them." And I'm like, ew, Leo. Like,
yeah, not a good side of him.
No. Ugh. I'm not looking forward to that next week.
And something I'm not looking forward to is it looks like him and Joe get in like a physical altercation. And
oh yeah, and the anxiety right now. Poor Kendall.
Yeah, I don't want any like bad things to happen to Joe or Joe and Kendall's relationship.
I know. She needs to get it together because Leo's just throwing her
for a loop. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed our video. Make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button. And make sure you guys comment down below who you think is going to be going home next week.
And who do you think would win the fight? Even though I'm sure security pulled them apart.
I know.
Like, I'm Team Joe. Sorry, Leo.
Yeah, but Leo's pretty big.
I know, I don't know.
Joe, just duck. Just duck. Throw a watermelon at him.
Anyways, we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Oh.